stay in a room because bad things come from me walking around unattended.
Very bad things.
You know they got about like a quarter of an inch.
I know.
It's a little as good as
I'm surprised how many little dudes I've come across. I was like, I feel cold.
No, we're going shopping because, well, we're not getting into why we're going shopping.
I need a suit that one of us
Shush.
One of us forgot.
Your
Not saying
suit.
who.
Your
My
suit.
Yeah.
Wasn't my suit. Wasn't Bridget's suit. We brought our stuff.
I didn't say who forgot. I just said one of us.
Well, that's been a point of contention. But yeah, so we're not sure what we're going to watch at the show today. So Nico's got to go see if he can find somebody that has extremely short pants. Or maybe they can cut him off a pair of slacks. You know, who knows?
We have plenty of knives. We just need some thread.
It's going to be ugly. It's going to be uneven. Wavy.
We could use your smatch it.
Ooh, we haven't talked about Smatch it yet. We gotta be careful. That's something to be announced later.
Oh, okay.
Because that's gonna go up for sale.
Okay.
So guys, yeah, we will be going to the show in a little bit.
You're not gonna give me the 3, 2, 1 go like you give your dad? That's
No.
just not. That's unfair.
Because this is you.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, where you at?
So we did get to stop back by, and I didn't get to see these. So I saw that.
What's going on?
Yeah, or there's just.
Yeah, so these are called unique graphics. We have a gal in our shop named Lisa who's worked for us. I think she's going on to her 18th year, and for 15 of those years, her job is to take cemented faces and put artwork on them.
Okay.
She uses a 1940s manual, like Bridgeport mill, and does all of the anodizing as well as all the machining on her own. So we always refer to it as kind of a complicated etch-a-sketch. But it's kind of cool for her because to get these multiple colors, she has to sort of think of the anodizing she wants to do and then kind of machine that in reverse, you know?
You have to start high and work low.
Exactly. Then when it's all said and done, the reliefs are anodized. She'll take that and just polish the rest of the handle, and then all the color pops out, and that's kind of how she achieves that.
So in case you guys couldn't tell, we are at the Reef Knives table
Yep.
with Matt. I talked with Tim at length twice now, and we just did a videotape.
Yeah.
But this is the first time. Like I said, I told you guys yesterday. This is the first time
Coming to the
that it
booth.
hasn't been crazy. Like you guys had like 1,000 people around you. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff.
And these are all these ones in the middle here, the same style of graphic from Lisa. This one right here is one of my favorites. The very, very fine lines, especially towards the back. You know, like from afar, you don't really see the fine details.
This is an
there.
inlay, isn't it?
No, that's all.
That is?
That is the cabochon, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does phenomenal work. Yeah.
And it's still not the same.
Yeah. Expensive. And this represents like the most customizable version of our line. If you liked like this graphic, for instance, but you wanted it in more of an orange or a gold motif, she'll do that. But it's just kind of up to the artist at that point in time. So it's kind of fun to order them that way because you'll say, hey, I want this with more orange, and then you open the box, and usually it'll blow your mind, you know. But it's kind of fun. Yeah.
You throwing stuff at me, Matt?
I am, man. Shots fired over
I'm
here.
not. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of the Americanized Tonto.
Yep.
But these are attractive. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate sharpening these when they come in.
So do our guys in the writing room. Yeah, even at a production level, they're like, oh, it's Tonto time, here we go, you know. So, yeah.
But they are using a machine, and I'm trying to maintain that angle by hand. And if I had too much coffee,
That'd be brutal, yeah. That'd
if
be
I've
brutal.
had too much coffee, that's why I charged extra for Tontos, and I charge even more for your Tontos.
Yeah.
There's a couple other companies that do the Tonto like this, where it's like you've got like the flat grind coming up off the hollow.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives it an attractive line. I'm not a fan of that Tonto anymore. That is attractive, but they are a nightmare to sharpen.
Not for everybody. I got my first Tonto recently, and I'm actually a bit surprised it is kind of utilitarian. I don't use it for stabbing anybody, of course, but that 45 was kind of nice to have a flap in there. But
I lived in Japan for 15 years, so I have a
different idea.
I have a different idea of what an actual Tonto is.
Absolutely. We need to make a Mike Emler edition, like just make it really crazy, like a Tonto with a crazy recurve on it.
You guys heard
dagger at
that,
the top.
right? You guys heard that.
Something that's so expensive to sharpen by you, like it's just worth it. Look at
I love that idea.
I like the idea that he said that out loud on my channel that Reeves Knives needs to make a Mike Emler edition.
It's going to be the craziest
2 or 3
thing to sharpen.
recurves?
Yeah.
Two or three?
Tonto with recurve and serrations.
Yes, there we go.
Mark Begg already wants me to try and sharpen a few of his knives so we can see how it works out.
Yeah.
The problem we have is always, like, I run a service, so it's not a physical product shipping.
Yeah.
How are we going to handle shipping to me and then back to the customer?
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, I'm hoping that the website is going to alleviate some of that.
Absolutely.
And you can do shipping. But I have people drop ship stuff where it comes to me from a manufacturer sometimes. They're like, hey, can you ship it right to him? But put the shipping label in. I'll pay the shipping, but just have the label ready. And so it makes it easier.
For sure.
But there's, like I said, there's not a lot of companies that want to take that extra time. Like, I got to print out 2 shipping labels, and I get it. It doesn't sound like much, but for a company like you guys, where every minute spent doing something that's not directly making money is money wasted.
Yeah, and logistics like that can be kind of tough.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's why so that was the deal with like Mastrop. I know Jonas and Mastrop. I mean, we were trying to figure out a way to offer the sharpening as a way to like maybe entice people on knives that they couldn't get below MAP and things like that. Maybe it was, but the flip side of it was, how do we manage the logistics of getting knives from them, and then I get a SKU, so I know how much stuff comes, and it turned out that it was just gonna be too much of a pain.
Yeah.
And so much. I get it. I 100% get it. It was great. And they were on board, but getting the logistics sounds good on paper.
Yeah.
But then when you really look at how much difficulty it can be.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, well, Fair and Forge does it has you do it. And I was like, I'm 14 miles. And I'm in their shop 3 or 4 days a week.
Drop something off and return it back to them. It's no problem. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can just text, hey, you need me to come pick something up? I got to grab some stuff I left on the counter on Friday night.
Yeah.
So, but guys, finally got to stop at the Reeve Knives table.
Finally?
Yeah, I got Tim all wound up about people customizing things aftermarket. I was like, I didn't mean to get you all wound up, but I 100% understand what I'm talking about. Dealing with customers can be challenging.
I'm cool with it as long as you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, it was the whole thing I was telling him. I was like, if you've got somebody that wants something special, he goes, yeah, but then you run into the thing like, yeah, great, now I have to vet someone to do something on someone else's knife, as opposed to, like, if you do it to your own knife, that's one thing. But if you're doing it to someone else's knife, then you've got to work with, and Chris and Elliot were cool with it because they've showed me everything, like the stuff that I do it exactly the same way they do.
Yeah.
And if I've got questions about it, I'll wait, and I'm like, okay, like, walk me through this one. So they like if I do something to a Fair and Forge knife, they're cool with it. It's not going to avoid the warranty.
It's there. That's the thing.
Exactly.
That's the big one. And some people just want to find their own knives. It's your knife. Do whatever you want. It's totally cool. We get it. But it is like that gray area. So then there's liability to it. If we sign off on somebody else,
Yeah.
then I
Exactly.
Is it my problem? Now we don't know. It's a gray area all of a sudden. So.
Well, and the other side, the flip side of it too is, at what point, even with somebody's personal knife, you've reached a point where, yes, now you've voided the warranty. And granted, we have a lifetime warranty, but that's a limited lifetime warranty. And what you did is beyond that line. I'm sorry, we'll fix it, but it's going to be expensive.
That's how it has to go. You're going to draw a line somewhere.
Exactly.
It's tough to operate in those gray areas. Yeah.
I've had to draw the line with some customers. I've got some customers and I'm like, look, you just can't send anything to me. And I'm blocking your number. It's just because every once in a while you get that one guy. So luckily, I've got a lot of
Fire
customers.
customers, but sometimes you just have to.
Sometimes in the long run, it winds up being more toxic than
What the
it.
amount of time you're spending there with that one person? You've got 10 other
And
things to do.
I'm my one and only employee. And all it takes is one guy raising a big stink on the forums and not have people that follow me or know me defend me, and that's it. I mean, look at the LMAX, Jay Davis LMAX thing. One guy made LMAX dirt. Oh, it doesn't work. If done properly, LMAX is amazing. But he basically ruined LMAX for the entire knife community.
It's crazy. It's a small industry. It is. And you gotta.
Everybody thinks it's so huge, but like, I have only been to 4 or 5 shows now. I know almost everyone here.
Yeah.
It's a small community, and we all remember each other.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna go videotape some other stuff. Give me an and go this time. So we are at Deadwood Custom Works. So we hung out with Grant Spitz last night. Helped him out with some Fredericks that he wanted that I wasn't going to buy. But Grant makes super high-end custom flashlights. good videography. So, and I mean, there's some Damascus, there's Mokume, there's some Damascus over there, straight copper, brass, bronze.
I want the copper.
You want the copper?
I want the copper.
Here's the thing. I don't need another hobby that costs me that much money.
Sure.
No, I don't. I have a daughter. I don't need any more expense. No, I am. I just know that $40 is 80 more than I have right now.
There's that.
Beads, buttons. Grant, I know I saw you at a couple of knife shows, but where are you at?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
Okay.
Los Angeles is a big place. Where are you?
Cali Custom Show? I probably see you.
Where are you in LA?
How's it going?
I mean, that's
Yes, paying with the tool.
That's gorgeous.
The pivot tool.
Oh, okay. I was actually born in. We're down there all the time. North
see the Damascus ones.
Excuse me. Sorry. This is heavy.
Yeah, I told you that's heavy. That's like if you ever need to like bludgeon someone with your flashlight.
This will do the job.
I mean, you could do it with a mag light, but you could really do it in style with that one.
Yeah. I look fancy doing it.
Yeah, I could just beat somebody's senses and look sexy doing it.
Yeah. Well, the flashlight looks sexy.
Shut up. No one asked you.
You just PayPal.
I did it
You
again.
did it again.
It's bright.
There's the spots.
You guys tell me, is that bright? How about that? How about that one is?
And now
Probably-
your
probably
camera
didn't
doesn't
show.
work.
Really? Oh. It's great. That's just what I need. All right, Grant.
Thank you, brother.
Take it easy.
Yes.
That'll be up on my.
Thank you.
You got my credit. That'll be up on the YouTube channel tomorrow.
Check it out.
So we are at the Beg Knives table. Mark isn't here, so we're actually going to get talk to Mattia about the knife that he's designed and is doing. And it's a kitchen knife, and it is not just an average kitchen knife. It's a sexy kitchen. It's a sexy kitchen bowie.
I'm trying to bring sexy back.
Back to the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring sexy back.
Yeah, I am too. She hasn't cooked in weeks.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
there's
she
that.
watches these.
Yeah, she does.
So
Hi, Mark.
so
Yeah, so those are all BG10 core, Samurai Damascus, Rockwell around, typical 60, 61, somewhere in there.
60, 61. That's good.
Yeah,
Nice and thin.
Yeah, super nice thin blade. It's about 100 thou. Linen micarta handle. It's got the emblem of Florence, the crest of Florence.
Yeah.
My home city. And man, this is better than the work. This is more of our production line. We're doing also full customs.
Yeah.
With, main brand Damascus. Like we're working with Vegas Forge. We're working with Slatanov here out of Russia. We're working with all the top forgers to do all the custom stuff that we're making in California.
Nice. Yeah. So, are these already out? Are these already on?
Not yet. They're
Not yet.
coming. They're coming. I mean, we got the first 100. We got the first part. We're still kind of in the prototyping phase, but we'll do a full launch. We'll do a full launch here in the next couple of months.
And here's the thing. I talked to Mark. Not business-wise. I talk to Mark just bullshit every once in a while. So, you guys, I will let you guys know when these come out because I guarantee that there's a few of y'all that are gonna want that because it looks like a kitchen buoy. It's got a buoy profile. It's nice and wide, big belly, comfortable.
Kind of wait for this. Like,
See that big belly?
I got one too.
I actually modeled it after Mark's belly.
After Mark's
it's
belly.
modeled after my belly,
It's
dude.
modeled after his belly.
That's how you got the nice belly to the. Okay.
Yeah.
I got one too, but I take medicine that gives me big bruises where I have to stick a needle in it.
Oh, there you go.
I love that guy because he will do anything to make someone uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's a specialty.
I remember. So we were out. Yeah, it's not gonna make me uncomfortable. But so we were.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, it's like 7 seconds in. That's the love section.
Spin around so you can
So Mark was with Eric Pena, and Eric just looked so uncomfortable. But Jesus, it's warm. It's like wearing a polar bear.
He's not gonna give in. I can tell.
Nope.
I can feel it.
I was a sailor. Can't make me uncomfortable. So no, it's just this. Like I said, when I was talking with Tim and Matt, the knife community just seems big, but when you get down to it, like at this point, I know almost everyone here.
Yeah, I know. I walked here today. I was like, I was naming people in my head. I was like, oh my god, this is weird. Like damn near everybody here.
And you know that you now have been around enough because when people come up, Eric Touch comes walking up to me. He's like, hey, there he is, and I was like, oh shit. So I'm probably gonna hang out with Eric and Will later. They're just like, no, just hang out with us. So it's gonna be a fun evening.
Yeah.
Too bad you have to go to dinner with your wife, Nico.
Make sure to film.
I'm not filming anything.
Don't
What
make me
happens in
feel
Vegas
jealous.
stays in Vegas.
That's
That's all
you.
you're gonna get. That's as bad as it's gonna get. That's the worst thing you're gonna get is
Okay.
Mark giving me a hug.
Thank you, Mattia.
Got it?
Hold on.
That is. We happened to find a time where Michael Ziba Knives was not completely inundated the same way when we went over to talk to with Reeves Knives. It's the first time that we haven't seen him swamped. So everybody knows Ziba Knives. You started out making kitchen knives, correct?
Time to time. Time to time.
Yeah. And then you kind of worked into making high-end folding knives.
Yeah, that was probably like started 2016.
Yeah.
Just a little bit different stuff.
So we got
Like that one.
the hollow into a flat. It's not like a full 45-degree tanto, but still has the cutting potential like a Japanese style tanto.
It's way better to sharpen
Yeah.
for the customer than actually tanto.
Yeah. You guys know how I am about sharpening. That's all I do. That's my whole business. I sharpen.
So it's way better to sharp this one.
Yeah.
Much easier. This doesn't cost you an extra $15.
And it's nitro V.
That's nitro V.
So it's easy to sharp and polish.
And it's really super fine grain structure, so it gets super, super sharp and crisp. Yeah. The nitrogen steels guys always do that. So LCN, BD1N, Nitro V. What's the other one? I can't think of it.
One Elliot uses.
This one Elliot uses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you guys know what I'm talking about. So this one, I don't remember seeing this. I've seen some of your other ones. I've
That's
seen the
the new
front
one.
flippers. This is new?
That's only 2 weeks. The first one I made it like that was USN.
Okay.
That was like the first 20 pieces I made it. USN, a little bit different. There was a diamond steel and this one. Then there will be another one like that, just the diamond steel.
Bearings or?
Bearings.
Bearings?
Ceramic bearings.
Ceramic detent?
Ceramic.
Yeah. Just can't go wrong with ceramic detent.
Nope.
And it makes it easier if you're going to anodize something because you don't have to mask it because it doesn't conduct electricity. I like this. And it's comfortable. It's
Right size.
It's just, it is. It's the right size. I got big hands. It's not too small, but it's also not something that's going to be obtrusive, something you won't pull out in public like half the stuff I carry.
Yeah.
Like any of the knives I'm carrying right now, you can't pull that out in public. Somebody will lose their mind. Unless you're here.
Yeah.
It's nice and thin behind the edge.
I tried.
These are
It's
cool.
like that gentle cut.
Huh?
Just like that.
Yeah.
It's gotta be like that.
Yeah, you can have a gorgeous knife, but if it's too thick, it doesn't matter. It's going to take some work on adjusting your edge angles to get it. I really like these. So how much are these?
Those are retail about $800.
Retail 800?
Yeah, because of the silver back spaces. This one got the silver, this one is bronze, and the skull's inside.
Oh, missed a detail, guys. There's a skull in there. And they are.
Ooh, copper and skulls.
That one's silver. This one's bronze. That one's silver.
And that's copper over here.
Well, I know how difficult this is because I've done some of the carbon fiber
To make it or to finish
to
it?
finish it. You can't drill a straight hole for it, and it's a pain. Like you start to polish, and then oh look, that whole area just ran away. That is super well
They're
done.
pretty uniform.
Yeah, they are, and there's no inconsistencies on the feel. They're chamfered well. They are just really comfortable.
It's just you got to run this slow. That's what it is.
You gotta run slow, and like basically the only thing I've got to be able to is like a scotch. It doesn't do everything you want it to do. Michael, it was nice to meet you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
They do a compound.
We're at Jim Skelton's table, and he's talking with Tony from Heretic Knives. This is interesting. Who are right there? So this is pretty cool.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Two big time knife makers talking about shit. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
You have the skill. You have the skill. It's fucking awesome. Just watching from, being a commentator to a knife maker, all of a sudden it was fucking just great. I was like, holy shit. Here's somebody who actually has fucking just all of a sudden out of nowhere skill. It's amazing. Yeah.
That means a lot.
It's fucking awesome. So I'm glad you're able to do it and
I've had a lot of awesome people helping me along the way.
and do it well. Yeah.
Wait, Travis, Todd Bag. Sure, probably a little bit
But
of.
you got to realize
conference with Elliot.
90% was on my own. So
Yes.
Yeah.
it was learning from Jerry. Jerry got me going, and then it was like, okay, and he kicked me out the door and says, you're on your own.
Horse to the water.
But there have been times, I still remember the first time I had to do. This is why I don't like using epoxy and pins and shit. I do my way. One of the first knives I did my glue up, and somebody said, hey, if you want to avoid squeeze out on your flats, just use some of the painter's tape. I'm like, that's genius. It'll go on the painter's tape and it'll peel off. What I realized was some was stuck under the scale, and it still squeezed out. So I'm sitting there with a knife that it wasn't quite as high a finish as that, but it was still like 600-800 grit. And I'm like, I don't know how to get that epoxy off without scratching it up. So I called up Doc Schiffer. I said, Doc, and this is the great thing about having friends that are really, really good knife makers. Like, what the hell do I do? He's like, do this, do this, do this, do this. Don't scrape it. Don't use a piece of brass like all your other idiot knife maker friends are telling you. Do this,
Don't
this,
use
this,
a
and this.
fucking utility blade. Try and cut it out.
He talked me through it, and I got it all off, and there was not a mark on it, and no glue left, no nothing. And I said, I'm going to find another way to do this shit. So I started using pivots.
Elliot Williamson was like, look, you're always going to have a problem with epoxy. Just use removable hardware. He's like, I've got a tub of screws we don't use that represents a $15,000 titanium mistake. He's like, you are welcome to any of them that will screw in properly. And so I'll go through, I'm like, nope, there's one.
Elliot is one of the few true geniuses, and you know this because you know him.
I'm at his shop all the
He's
time.
one of the few geniuses. I mean, he literally studies steel. You can't think of a question to ask him that he doesn't know the answer.
He's done it to me. Like, I'll have a question, and I'm like, I'll think, like, and I will do the same thing that Elliot does. I will be up all night because I can't sleep. I'm like, okay, this is what the chromium does with the carbon at this temperature, and so that's why. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, I got a knife from somebody. I won't say who it was. He built it in the middle of winter. Beautiful frame lock knife. I was living in Florida at the time. I get the knife, and I'm like, I flip it once, and I had to bring a screwdriver out to open the lock. I'm like, I know that you do better than this, but why is there such tragic lock stick? He's like, I haven't got a clue. Send it back to me. He gets it back. He's like, it's not really that bad. He goes, but I sat there for an hour breaking it in before I shipped it to you the first time.
Temperature variance.
So he calls up Elliot, because he's very good friends with Elliot, and he says, all right, here's the deal. Elliot says, okay, what was the temperature at your house when you built it? He's like, I don't know, 28 degrees. He's like, and you shipped it to South Florida where it was probably about 80. He's like, yeah. He's like, well, titanium grow. He goes, and then he breaks it down by the temperature and the increments the titanium will grow.
Yep.
And he's
He
like,
does that to
are
us
you
on a-
shitting me?
He does that on a
literally had the
Friday
formula
night.
in his head.
So we'll go to the shop, and Elliot and I'll start talking about like stuff in chemistry and science and knife sharpening and the interface between a stone and different types of stones and different materials. And there'll be people who come to the shop and they look, and I forget what I look like sometimes. I'm a dumb hillbilly. And the best is like when I go to a show and I'll see there's 2 Japanese guys that always come and they make like the Higos. Style.
They're actually like down there.
Are they?
Yeah.
We'll go stop by there because I just like looking like this and then speaking perfect Japanese. It's fun. My wife's Japanese. I live there for 13 years.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you're right. Elliot's a genius, and what he does is he starts and imparts curiosity and knowledge, and he does it in a way that's not condescending, and it is true genius. And you'll learn things from him, and then you realize that now you've learned something from him, and you want to learn something more, and now you've got an avenue to do it.
We used to talk in the middle of the night. It'd be like 2 o'clock in the morning. One of us would call the other. We'd be on the phone for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I would hang up and go, I now have this great deal of knowledge about this one very obscure thing,
piece of it.
but I don't have the rest of the knowledge, so I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this.
Yep.
And I think he has a particular joy in his heart that he does that to people.
Oh, of course. Of course.
And I just like the fact that I can hang out with him and his brother, and I don't feel out of place because they're
Those pants with that shirt.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about something cool? This little man here talked Elliot into that for me.
Dude, that is wicked.
Right? It's the only one like it, and that was the last viable Master Blaster blade.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to sharpen your Deadpool knife for you, just so that it would, just a little added.
Oh, yeah.
And they forgot.
I still have that knife.
I know. And they forgot, and it shipped, and they're like, we were going to have you sharpen it, because I was going to take it like 12,000 grit. The stupid mirror polish edge on it.
See, you guys, and now that I realize that you really are recording and this is going to go somewhere, I'm going to piss people off. You guys put way too much emphasis on this mirror polish edge. I pray to God that you don't have one of your edges on you when you're upside down going into a river and you got to cut your seatbelt. You got to have a little tooth on the edge.
Oh, here we go.
So,
Is he even ready for this?
Yes, he is.
Well, because I've spent a lot of time figuring that. Like, what at that polish level is causing that rounding and not wanting to bite? Well, the problem is a lot of people finish their knives on something that is not. You wind up, so you do all this work, and you've established this microserration all the way up through your sharpening, and then you step off and you go on to something you're going to strop to do your final polish, and you use something like chromium that will still do it, but it's softer than the actual steel you're using like M390. And what happens is that material breaks down, and then instead of having your crisp microserrations, you want to rounded over stuff, so it's nice and polished. It might feel sharp, but it's burnished. So I reload my strops every time with every stroke, either with the chromium, if that's what I'm finishing on, for something like S35VN, or
So you're
I
telling
use
me
my diamond.
if I put this under a microscope, you'd still see little micro serrations.
Yep. So you can feel it. It wants to bite. And that's a 12,000 grit edge, and I use that for cutting line and things like that. Now I do know that, like I've got guys that I'll cut that cut like bait and things like that, and their knives go to 600-800, and that's why I have a lot of. I have options from everything from 200 grit to 12,000 grit, down to half micron.
All right, and I'll take it back from you.
Well, what,
All
show
of
the,
you that keep thinking that your wicked edge is the greatest thing in the world, please stop. It's beautiful, and it is sharp. If you're slicing paper and you're slicing garlic, absolutely, it has its place.
Yes, very
but
much
when you're
so.
going up, 3,000 grit, no, stop it. Because you're going to be in a situation one day where you actually need to cut something, and you're going to realize there are limitations. Now, that's not a bad thing. There are limitations to having a Warncliffe. There are limitations to having a Tanto. They're not going to do everything that maybe a steep-bellied hunter is going to do.
Yeah.
So you do have certain things for certain reasons. I get that. But there are guys that swear on their life that their wicked edge 3,000, I can see my dick hairs in the reflection polish, is going to do everything, and it does not.
Nope.
You know one of my big contentions with the
That's
wicked
my
edge?
rant for the day.
But one of my big contentions
Sounds
with
like
the wicked
Elliot.
edge is as you're sharpening with a wicked edge, your microserrations are going this way.
Sure.
And so if you're going to cut like this a lot, that's okay.
Yeah.
But I don't cut
But most
like
people
that.
are draw cutting.
I sharpen freehand on stones, and my sharpening method goes back this way, and so I'm doing cut, strop, and you're maintaining your microserrations the direction that you're normally going.
More people should listen to you.
I try.
And I know that you wish that too.
Yeah.
More people should listen to him.
Yes.
So, and I mean, here's the thing. Like, you guys know that these knives are with me because these are like my business card, because I sharpen. the knife that I carry the most is a beat up old 940 that was given to me in Portland that I had to put a new blade in that I only took for 1,000 grit. Because I know that I can reliably cut anything I want to cut with that edge, and it's still mirror polished. But the fact is, like I said, regardless if I take a 600 grit, 1,000 grit, 12,000 grit, I don't let a knife leave my workbench unless it'll pop a free hanger.
Now, we have an open subject. Now that you do not have a prototype in your hand, is my edge even?
Oh, but there wasn't, I didn't really see an issue with the edge. So the thing was, there were some little things that are still issues that I have with knives that I make, which you have addressed, obviously. This is super nice and thin behind the edge.
I just wanted to put it out there. And this is what I actually deliver.
Yes.
Yes.
And once again, to reiterate, Jim never asked me to take that video down. It just got toxic in the comments section. I just could not leave
And
it
then
up.
you sent me a message and said, hey, I'm taking the video down, it's gone, and this is why.
Yep.
But everybody wanted to blame me and then give him hell because, oh, you coward to Jim. He told me it was going down. That was it.
I never, no, and I actually did address that in a second video. I keep touching
I saw
it.
that.
I keep touching it. I like it. It's so comfortable. It is comfortable. I mean, it's not. No offense, it's not.
Yeah, go for it.
It's not a blade style that I would carry, but I can see that it is gorgeous. And
You know what was funny? There was one thing. I made that to be more like my fighter style. But the thing is, I handed it to a friend of mine. I won't say who it is, but when we were at Blade Show, and she grabbed it. She grabs it, and she does this. She goes, and she hunts like everything in the morning. She goes, you realize this is going to be perfect, right? She goes, my finger, I said, I never really thought about it being a skidder. I don't know that I bring it down quite thin enough for that. I said, but I can. She's like, yeah. She goes, this is actually the perfect feeling and the way that it's balanced.
Yeah, it does have a really
I
good
never thought
balance.
about that. So it has another use that I didn't even realize.
I put the one that I designed, that we is producing. I designed it as a combat knife that I would have wanted, a utility knife. Well, I'll show you to you after. Nobody else needs to see that already.
Yeah.
But I did a double thumb ramp. So coming up and coming up, so it steeps up.
Oh, okay.
And so, well, actually, I'll just show you.
Here, yeah.
So I can get here on it, but I can also get up in here to do detail work. But I also have all the trappings I would want for combat. I got a thumb ramp. I got multiple finger.
Oh, yeah, this is the one that you showed me earlier.
Yeah, I got the palm saw so I can do a snap cut. I can come back into it for reverse. Very rarely is anyone going to use a knife like this, but the fact is people like a thumb ramp because they're like, how's it feel in reverse grip? Real good. So, but the Wii version is going to have some jimping here, and then the jimping will be down in, but flush with the handle. So it's not real aggressive.
So it's when you're digging the meat of your thumb in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than feeling jimping that just tears your hand up for no reason. I'd rather have it where I'm pushing it because I would have to push into it to need it.
Yeah.
That's when you want it.
And then you run that fine line, which has the jimping become vestigial. Does it still serve a purpose, or is it just there for looks? If you varnish and polish it too much, it doesn't give any grip. I make some little, you probably saw little kiridashis that I make. Elliot told me that's a great way to learn how to get edge angles.
Sure.
But I really, he's got his.
Yeah, of course it is.
So I realized that that's not there just for the aesthetics. That gives you a little bit of a grip. It's not as smooth. Just a little traction, not a lot, but just enough that, like, on something small like that, where you can get in. And then he put a lanyard on his.
Here's the funny thing. Most of the guys that complain there's too much jimping on tactical knives, they have all that horrible pox all over their fucking gloves that they sat there with a soldering iron.
Stippling.
Well, why did you stipple your glove? Because you didn't want it to be slippery if your hands were wet or bloody or whatever else. Well, that's the same reason we have jimping on knives. It may have become jewelry at some point. It may have become overly aesthetic, but that was the reason for it. And when you look around the room at the guys that really know how to make knives, it's in a certain spot for a certain reason. And that's it.
Certain depth, a certain amount of grip, the grip, how much did they clean off that edge. It's
like when I do jimping on mine, it's in one spot, and I do it very fine jimping. I don't like the very wide tooth.
Use the checkering file? Yeah.
I like to do it very, very fine, where it almost feels like your thumb is Velcro to it.
Yeah.
You can feel it. It's not tearing you up, but you feel it, and it's not going to move.
but
chipped
most
this.
of mine
I know I
don't
did.
need it because the way that I shape my handles. If somebody says, well, actually, I'm making an XL Hellraiser for somebody right now.
So you're making a sword.
The gentleman that makes this Damascus for me,
Okay.
he says, I'm going to send you a bar saying, I want you to make me a personal knife. I said, cool. He says, but I want it 2 inches longer. And he says, I want a lanyard hole, and I want jimping. I want jimping here, and I want jimping there. And there were good spots for it. So I hand filed the jimping in there. Instead of using a mill and flat topping it and making it like saw teeth. That's not how I like to do it. It's very fine, and because it's going to be San Mai, it'll be subtle. You won't really see it because the pattern's going to kind of hide it anyway. So I like that. I'm not a subtle person when it comes to the knives that I collect. But I actually am a pretty subtle person about the knives that I make. I want little details that are kind of hidden sometimes.
Is that stabilized wood?
What's that?
Is this stabilized wood?
Yeah, that's box elder. No, I'm sorry, that's red lace. Yeah, red lace. Redwood lace.
Oh, I could have read it.
Yeah.
Can you tell I've been here all day? Redwood lace.
Y'all know by looking at me, I ain't the reading type.
Should be good?
Yeah, it should be good.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
Gotta do the fist bump because I work for a living and I tear tendons in my elbows.
Yep.
Just wait, I'll be there.
It's too bad.
Oh, god damn it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Aaron Fredericks. And I spent the better part of, 3-4 hours?
I don't know. We drank a lot of beer.
We did.
And he kept going and getting them, so I was
did.
usually a happy motherfucker.
We spent the entire night last night posted up in that corner just bullshitting and did not film a thing.
Nope.
There's nothing wrong with that. Why did you need to?
And guys, there's a surprise coming because there's a good chance I'm gonna offer that smash it to you guys that I got because it's fucking awesome.
It's sexy.
It's sexy. It's an actual Hamon, right? That's a true Hamon on it?
True Ramon.
$10.95.
Yep. Zirconium
and lightning strike.
Lightning strike. Yep. And a period correct sheath.
Yeah. Oh no, it's
nice.
It is a beautiful leather sheath. Did you make it yourself?
It would be really, really nice if I hadn't made it. The whole thing would be better if somebody else had fucking
It's
put the whole
beautiful.
thing
Just
together.
somebody else had fucking done it.
Somebody else did it look better.
Like mine. That's why I'm paying somebody else. I'm having somebody else do it, and they can pay me to sew it.
So it just looked better if somebody other than me had done it. That's all. I have no idea what you're talking about, but that's fine.
Two big ham-handed gunner's mates trying to do fine detail work. It ain't good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What? Huh?
I don't know. I cut the tendon in that one, fucking around on a drill press with a necker. It was already sharp because I'm stupid.
I don't know. I've actually raised up from my bench before and drove them into my legs, and you'd actually sit there and go, hey, that knife was sticking out of the vise like this. You'd figure that you'd realize, hey, don't raise up and go into a knife sticking this. I mean, it's been there all day. I've been saying it. It's like, hey, don't stick your leg on that. But no, you eventually do it.
You
and I hadn't even
the
had
same
beer.
person.
I didn't even have beer involved.
I wasn't even drunk yet.
I wasn't even drunk. I wouldn't have done it. drunk.
It was worse when I got drunk.
No, I like when I come back to the shop. I'll come back to the shop sometimes. Like one time I'll grind blades, because you rough grind blade. It's like the worst thing in the world. Just like hog all that steel up. And I'll come back to the shop and look at the knives that I done that morning and go, what the fuck was I doing? And then I'll impress myself on what I can fix that I fucked up when I was drunk. I mean, I'll look at, especially trash pandas, when I'll do a rough grind on the trash panda fixed blades.
Yeah.
I'll come back the next morning and look at them and go, well, if I can fix this, I'm better than I thought I was.
I can fix this. I'm good as shit.
And then I'll regrind it and finally I'll get it fixed. I'll show some pictures to Brad, the guy that does my sheaths, and he's like, I really thought there was no fucking way in the world you'd fix that. I mean, he said, your grinds, he said, you had like 9 start lines in there. He's like, yeah, I know.
That motherfucker's as faceted as a diamond ring.
I realized that I really, really fucked that one up. And maybe I shouldn't grind when I'm drunk again. Next batch, do the same thing.
It's like bowling. Hear me out, because I know you're like,
I have no idea what you're
talking about. Okay, so there is a point where if you drink enough beer, you are the best bowler there. And if you have one more, you may as well just pack up the ball and head the fuck home. Because you're like, oh shit, what happened? Everything was great. I was bowling into 200s. I just got an 80. The only difference, I had one more beer. Yeah, same thing with grinding. You're like, that's the last one I can have. I can feel it. I'll have one more. Damn it. That one's going on the roof.
The only thing that I know that I won't do is like if I've been really drinking, I usually will
That
go.
stuff?
I need to go cut that out. No, I better not go cut that out. I will leave that tomorrow. I'll go ahead and lay something else out because me and that saw eventually are not going to get along.
You
And
see
I
me do
know-
it, I'll reach a point and I'll get ready. I was like, nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
It's like, nope. I usually will just say, no, that me and the saw will be all right.
I do know that my health care at Balboa Hospital is free, but I just don't want to bleed all over the car on the way there.
Yeah, I usually would just go ahead and knock it. It's like, no, I'll do that in the morning. Whatever, I'll lay something else out,
Yep.
or I think maybe I'm done tonight because if I go very much longer, I have to walk home, and I only have to drive down my driveway. It's a half mile, but it's
That's
like,
a long walk when it's cold outside.
Yeah, but
when you're drunk, it doubles the distance.
I
'cause
know
You're going
but
left, you're going right.
Even when you're going down a gravel road and you have to shut one eye just to see the gravel road, and it's only 2 lanes, you got to stay in it because it doesn't feel right even when you get out of it. You know when you do this, you shouldn't be cutting anything with a saw anymore.
When you cover one eye and get way up on the steering wheel,
Yeah. Or go, where's the center? Where's the center?
which eye works?
Right there. There's the center. Now hold it. Oh yeah. No,
Nope.
you're in the ditch. Shit.
God damn it. I get the truck and a winch tomorrow morning. I'll fucking walk home.
So sometimes it's just kind of like I walk out of the shop and I come down the hill and go, I think I walk home.
This is pretty much what last night was like, and that's why you didn't get a lot of video.
Yeah.
Only we were drunker then.
I was much drunker. I was.
A
Yeah.
little high and a lot drunker.
Yeah, I was much drunker because I'm getting ready to go to a show, so I was told that I couldn't get as drunk as I want to be.
Oh, the boss told you?
Yeah, she told me.
Calm down, home pack.
And then, the bad part is that I know I'm going to walk into the room in a minute, and she go, okay, let's go. And I'm like, I'm so tired. But she's going to be like, no, let's go.
Well, I discovered real quick that these are the only shoes I brought. And, I mean, they're comfortable and all, but
Yeah, not after a while.
We walked 6 miles yesterday and 2 more today. And
Not after a while. Cowboy boots don't feel good on the knees.
Nope.
And so I was going to say, my knees are going to be like basketballs. I had another set of shoes laid out. I just forgot.
Yeah, I brought some. I know I did.
Well, Aaron, I'll tell you what. You can fully expect the fact that you're going to get some bullshit texts and phone calls. Now that I've got you.
No, that's fine. I like them.
Okay, good, because I like you. And I don't.
I like bullshit. I did all kinds of them, especially when I got on the podcast.
Oh,
and
gosh, yeah.
sang the Baby Shark song. I started getting all kinds of texts. Man, I heard you singing Baby Shark. I was like,
How
when
drunk
did
was I?
And then I was like, oh no, I remember sending them that. Yeah, I do remember sending them that. And I was like, they played that in the podcast?
That
Yes,
was
they
the
did.
best
I was like,
part.
Can you picture how bad we could waylay their podcast if it was both of us on there?
Oh,
We
gosh.
could fucking
Oh,
derail
I
that
call
whole
it me.
thing.
They just call me randomly. They'll go, hey, we're gonna do a podcast after a while. Do you want to start drinking now? I said, no, I better wait until you tell me that it's almost time because otherwise I won't be able to make 3 sentences.
Be like, hey, wait a second, let's call this cat. We're just gonna fuck your podcast up.
Yeah,
derail
just
it.
call in.
Hey! I don't think
Oh,
that's
gosh.
a good idea for them.
No, I think we should suggest it.
I think we should too.
Ooh, yeah.
Guys, if you watch the channel, I think Jake does occasionally. That sounds like a good idea. I mean, there wouldn't be any useful content. It'd be
Well,
fun.
usually their stuff isn't useful content either.
It'd be fun.
Should you do the dragon juice before?
The what?
So we concocted this shit, or I brought some moonshine in, and we took a bunch of stems and clippings and all the leftover weed and shit.
Wow,
We
okay.
soaked it, and we drank it, and it was way stronger than we anticipated.
All right.
How many hours?
23. I was high for 23 hours straight. There was a point where I was so high for so long, and I was like, I just don't want to be high anymore. This is fun at first.
Yeah,
It won't stop.
yeah, after a little while and you can't figure out where your dick went.
I would go places.
I
like,
know, but you're just kind of like, I'm peeing and I didn't mean to be.
I actually had to visualize opening a valve to take a leak. I was like, nothing's. There it goes.
That's what
All
I
right.
mean. You get that high, you're kind of like, I wish this would go away just for a little while.
It would come in waves. Like it would go away, and I'm like, oh no, I'm good.
I also convinced him to do a live feed.
Oh, you were doing it.
He had me doing Instagram
Yeah.
live feed.
It's useless.
I should have smacked him for it.
Oh, that was fun.
All right, guys, this is probably the last thing. We might stop by Prince Customs, but we did do a lot with them in Portland, so we'll stop by, say hi, but follow them, find them. That guy's only been making knives since April, and they are fucking amazing. They really are.
And then, of course, please follow, buy something from Aaron.
We did.
We did, yeah.
I'll
Well,
let you even. I'll sell it.
Two
to you.
things. I got
take-
two
He
things.
bought one too.
Yeah.
I'll even take your money. You know, the bad thing about me taking my money is that I give it to my wife and I don't get any of it back. I'm like, here, honey, honey, I need this for the shop. How bad do you need that for the shop?
I'll buy you curtains.
It's like, well,
Somebody's getting a new couch.
I really kind of need this tool. Like, how were you doing it before? With a file? Why do you want to do it now?
Because my hands are sore when I do it that way.
No, I don't want to do it that way.
I'm tired of doing it that way.
All right.
Sorry.
Thank you, Aaron, so much.
Good talking to you guys. Thank
Really
you.
enjoyed
I
talking.
appreciate it.
Of course.
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
So like I said, guys, I had to come back to Prince Customs because I had a question that I didn't get to ask you guys in Portland.
Sure.
What are you guys' current lead times for, like, if you want a knife and you pick it all out and get all your stuff, how long does it usually take from, I'm horrible at this. I was filming down here.
I know.
I don't know. It might be a few weeks.
A few weeks?
Yeah.
You're not talking like you're on the books for like my customers are, where I'm just not getting around to knives that people
so right
ordered
now,
in
I've
January,
just been doing like
a year
maker's
ago.
choice. I just make stuff and see if people want it.
Okay.
Cool.
So I haven't really been doing custom.
You haven't done any custom books like this, pick this scale pattern and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. So that is. Go check and see what he puts up. It's kind of like the John Grimsmo style. You just make something, throw it up, and see if somebody's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, you can send me an email with a request and stuff. So.
and if you can't find him, get in touch with me, and I'll point you his direction. If you can't, it's not hard to find, but
Thanks.
I see him on Instagram all the time.
Appreciate it.
And did you start making beads now too?
Yeah, it's the name of the knife, Daruma,
Oh, okay.
like in a bead form,
So add a little bit more flash to your man jewelry,
right?
like that.
Have a little fun.
Buy something for your lady friend.
Don't try to talk. I've been married for 18 years. We don't buy each other stuff anymore. All right, guys. So, guys, I know it's dirty and it's all clouded. It's got a big halo, but this is it. There is no more video. I can't take anymore. I'm done. I'm gonna go to the room and I'm gonna lay down and I'm gonna wait for tomorrow so I can drive out of Las Vegas. I'm hoping that I don't ever come back. I said that the last 2 times. God, I hate Vegas. Good morning, YouTube. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't feel great. Because last night I found a buffet that was like $12 for all you can drink, and I was like, you're gonna fucking regret that. And I stayed there till they closed, and then I bought a bottle of rum and came back to the room. So, I don't feel good, and it's time to leave. So, there is your Vegas knife show video.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, well,
Neither did I.
too fucking goddamn bad. I don't even know how to tell you what kind of show it was, but all I have to say is that's in my hand. So that should tell you what kind of show it was. It was it looks like you got a halo. That's horrible. Jesus Christ, would you get in the frame? I'm trying. We had fun, didn't we, Nico?
Yeah. No, we had.
I'm not a good videographer.
No, you're not. You're
This
really
is
not.
horrible.
That's why I do it. You know. That's why.
Do you see? Look at this.
I also shoot this way.
I'm like slouched over so I can get him in frame because this is what you'll get. I love y'all. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. I know it's a 60-minute video, and most of it was me talking with Jim Skelton. I wish I had gotten more video of actual stuff. Like, I could have gotten you the fountains of the Bellagio, but you know what? I'm pretty sure that's not the kind of stuff that you guys follow me for. So take it easy, and I'll see you next time.